On this video, we are going to explore more about paper cup manufacturing. A paper cup is a disposable cup made out of paper and often lined or coated with plastic or wax to prevent liquid from leaking out or soaking through the paper. It may be made of recycled paper and is widely used around the world. The base paper for paper cups is called cupboard and is made on special multi-ply paper machines. It has a barrier coating for waterproofing. The paper needs high stiffness and strong wet sizing. The cupboard grade has a special design for the cup manufacturing processes. The mouth roll forming process requires good elongation properties of the board and the plastic coating. A well-formed mouth roll provides stiffness and handling properties in the cup. To meet hygiene requirements, paper cups are generally manufactured from virgin, non-recycled materials. The one exception to this is when the paper cup features an extra insulating layer for heat retention, which never comes into contact with the beverage, such as a corrugated layer wrapped around a single wall cup. A paper cup making machine is defined in general as machine which manufacture paper cups, having either an electronic or a timed mechanical system for feeding and folding sidewall or bottom blanks of paper, heating to combine sidewall and bottom wall blanks, rimming to form a curl lip on the upper edge of the sidewall blank. The first workstation in a paper cup making machine where bottom discs are drawn from a bottom disc magazine to the end of the mandrel by a double arm side pickup assembly. The double arm consists of 4 cups which are rotated first in one direction, where air is drawn in the vacuum cups to pick the blanks, and rotated in another direction to line up with mandrel, and pressure is supplied in the cups to release the discs onto the end of mandrel. Air is drawn from a sintered plate to create a vacuum which draws and holds the disc on the mandrel. Other paper cup making machines have an extended bottom blank workstations which combine blank cutting and feeding on a single machine, which consist of a narrow web of blank material, where uncut paper is fed into the workstation and is pressed against a circular edge to come up with a bottom blank of the desired form and size. Once bottom blank cutting is done, a vacuum plate forces discs through a sleeve slightly smaller than the blanks from the web to the feed hopper, which forces them into an attachment with the adjacent mandrel. Machines with an extended bottom blank station encounter problems between the punch and draw where paper dust piles up in between sliding machine components, thus resulting in inefficient operation of the machine. To prevent errors in production like having leaky cups, most of these paper cup machines have employed automatic cleaners and have to be inspected regularly. The double turret paper cup making machine design consists of 4 main components: the blank feeder station, heater station, bottom knurling, and a rimming station which has its own turret. The blank feeder station consists of the sidewall feeder and bottom wall feeder station. Bottom blanks are advanced to the mandrel turret by a vacuum pickup system which is driven by a V-belt drive system. The vacuum pickup station is driven in synchronism with bottom wall blank feeder station by a belt pulley drive system. The mandrel turret is then stepped on to the next station after receiving the bottom wall blank. Sidewall blanks are fed on the folding wings and are advanced to the heater station. After folding, the semi-finished bottom seam is heated by supplying air through a heater, which then heats the bottom edges of the sidewall blank. The bottom knurling station folds the sidewall blank overlapping edges and punches the bottom part of the paper cup to form a bottom seam. The paper cup is advanced to the rimming turret which forms a top edge curl on the paper cup by moving the top edge of the paper cup into a die curling ring. Originally, paper cups for hot drinks were glued together and made waterproof by dropping a small amount of clay in the bottom of the cup and then spinning at high speed so that clay would travel up the walls of the cup, making the paper water resistant. However, this resulted in drinks smelling and tasting of cardboard. Cups for cold drinks could not be treated in the same way, as condensation forms on the outside, then soaks into the board, making the cup unstable. To remedy this, cup manufacturers developed the technique of spraying both the inside and outside of the cup with wax. Clay and wax-coated cups disappeared with the invention of polyethylene-coated cups. This process covers the surface of the board with a very thin layer of PE, waterproofing the board and welding the seams together. In 2017, the Finnish board manufacturer Kotkamills launched a new kind of cup board which uses no wax or plastic for waterproofing and thus can be recycled as part of the normal paper and board waste stream, biodegraded, or even composted in small quantities. Paper cups and paper bags made from pineapple, paper made from discarded pineapple leaves, were introduced in 2019. The water-resistant food packaging alternative material was developed by a consortium made up of the Department of Trade and Industry Design Center of the Philippines, Cagayan de Oro Handmade Paper, Nature's Fresh, and Idetix Packaging Corporation. The innovation was a wood pencil awardee in the 2019 edition of the annual D&AD Future Impact Awards. Tests by the DCP show that the 55% mass loss of pineapple in 4 weeks is much higher than the 21% mass loss in commercial paper bags, giving evidence that the material decomposes faster than other paper products. Paper cups have been documented in Imperial China, where paper was invented by 2nd century BC. Paper cups were known as chipe and were used for the serving of tea. They were constructed in different sizes and colors and were adorned with decorative designs. Textual evidence of paper cups appears in a description of the possessions of the Yu family from the city of Hangzhou. The modern paper cup was developed in the 20th century. In the early 20th century, it was common to have shared glasses or dippers at water sources, such as school faucets or water barrels in trains. This shared use caused public health concerns. One notable investigation into the use was the study by Alvin Davison, biology professor at Lafayette College, published with the sensational title, Death in School Drinking Cups in Technical World magazine in August 1908, based on research carried out in Eastern Pennsylvania's public schools. The article was reprinted and distributed by the Massachusetts State Board of Health in November 1909. Based on these concerns, and as paper goods, especially after the 1908 invention of the Dixie cup, became cheaply and cleanly available, local bans were passed on the shared-use cup. One of the first railway companies to use disposable paper cups was the Lackawanna Railroad, which began using them in 1909. By 1917, the public glass had disappeared from railway carriages, replaced by paper cups even in jurisdictions where public glasses had yet to be banned. Paper cups are also employed in hospitals for health reasons. In 1942, the Massachusetts State College found in one study that the cost of using washable glasses, reused after being sanitized, was 1.6 times the cost of using single-service paper cups. These studies, as well as the reduction in the risk of cross-infection, encourage the use of paper cups in hospitals. Paper cups may have various types of lids. The paper cups that are used as containers for yogurt, for example, generally have two types of lids. Heat seal foil lids used for small single-serving containers and 150-200 ml plastic press-on, resealable lids used for large family-size containers, 251,000 ml, where not all of the yogurt may be consumed at any one time, and thus the ability to reclose the container is required. Hot drinks sold in paper cups may come with a plastic lid to keep the drink hot and prevent spillage. These lids have a hole through which the drink can be sipped. The plastic lids can have many features including peel-back tabs, raised walls to protect the foam of gourmet hot drinks, and embossed text. In 2008, Starbucks introduced shaped plastic splash sticks to block the hole in some of their stores after customer complaints about hot coffee splashing through it. Most paper cups are designed for a single use and then disposal. Very little recycled paper is used to make paper cups because of contamination concerns and regulations. Since most paper cups are coated with plastic polyethylene, then both composting and recycling of paper cups is uncommon because of the difficulty in separating the polyethylene in the recycling process of said cups. As of 2016, there are only 2 facilities in the UK able to properly recycle PE-coated cups. In the absence of such facilities, the cups are taken to landfill or incinerated. A UK-based business group, James Cropper, have developed the world's first facility for the effective recycling of the estimated 2.5 billion paper coffee cups used and disposed of by British businesses each year, and have become one of 14 international companies to formally join the Paper Recovery and Recycling Group.